Breakdown Media, what's up, y'all? Sorry for the tardiness. Man, oh man. Got what we got. Man, Nick holding me accountable. Yeah, Nick, it's been 3 days, man. Been having to do a lot of busy work after work. So a lot of busy work when I get home. So we uh we here tonight though. I see you holding me accountable. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure we get it right and get it tight. Hey Cassius, hey, what's up, baby? What's up? Yeah, Nick, 3 days off, man. It's crazy. But yeah. We here though. We here. We here. We here. I'm not really trying to take that many days off, but um just so happened this time, gotta make sure everything is good, man. What's going on? All right, all right, all right. Whew, man. I'd rather fix things beforehand versus having to get here and fix things during the show. So thank y'all for your patience. We appreciate it. And we're gonna try to add value as much as we can. All right. Nick's holding me accountable. Yeah, Nick, has been 3 days, man. My plan was to go Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday got busy, doing stuff behind the scenes. And we here on a Thursday. We here on a Thursday. We like Thursdays. Well, we like every day, but we here on a Thursday. So thanks for your patience. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it. And hit the like button if y'all can. If you come on in, hit the like button, send us a wave, let us know you're here. And we're not gonna waste your time. We're gonna get to it. ASAP. Hey Cass, hey baby, thanks for modding. We appreciate it. Robert, I see you. Oh, so Cass says this the after dark episode. Okay, so what time does it get dark now? Is it 8:30? 8 o'clock? Yeah. Yo, it's a struggle. Got full-time gig. Trying to take care of business is a struggle getting here. But we're gonna make it up to y'all. We're gonna make sure we make it up to you guys. Make sure we hit y'all with maybe like a maybe like a back to back to back or something like that. We'll make sure we make it up to you guys. See who's in the house. Robert, what up, Robert? Blue Flame. What's good, Blue Flame? You good? I saw the light. Salute. Salute to you, my brother. Always supporting. Always support. We appreciate it. Jardisa said, what trade do you think takes, was it the most time? Oh, the least time besides your CDL. Man, that's a good question. Uh, I'm not sure about HVAC. It might be HVAC. It might even be welding, but maybe it's HVAC. I could do some research, but it might be HVAC because my uncle he went HVAC. This was years ago, and he had a full time job. It really didn't take him too long. I can't remember how long it took him, but like I said, he had a full time job, and he was able to finish up and get his license. So, um, but the CDL, man, it's hard to go wrong with a CDL. I still have mine after all of these years. I'm not gonna let it go. I still have mine. So, but yeah, it might be HVAC. It's not. I don't think it's electrician. Maybe even plumbing or maybe welding. But I would guess HVAC probably take a lesser amount of time than plumbing. But then again, it might be plumbing. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. Let's get started, guys. Let's get started. Make sure our volume is good. What's up to everybody? Hey, man, it feels good to be here, you guys. It feels good to be here. Um, and I'm happy to be here. Let's go. Breakdown Media, we up and we live.
Breakdown Media.
We all live. Yep, yep.
Breakdown Media.
What up, Bomb Squad? Let's get to it. All right, MN Scout Dad, what's up? Good evening, sir. Glad for you to join us. We always appreciate it, and we'll get to going. All right. So look, this week my stop count been up. Not a lot of volume, but my stop count been up. I got an extra neighborhood, so dispatch, it seems like they're doing what they have to do in order to make sure we get enough stops and all of that stuff. Look, I don't complain about the workload because hey, work is work. I go to work to work. I don't really go to work to do anything else. It's a social event for some people. It's cool, but I go to work to work. So if you're gonna run my stops up, it's cool. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get 60 hours like Nick is, but if my stop count is up, it's cool. It is what it is. We'll knock it out and we'll get back home. Now, one thing I wanted to talk about today before we get started is dogs. Okay. I have two dogs. We have two dogs. And if you're a driver, dogs is something that we deal with pretty much on a daily basis. Right. So I have a customer and I delivered to him on yesterday. I do believe he fixes like appliances or something like that. So I'm always delivering parts, like, like small light parts to his house. And I never really see the guy. I rarely see him, maybe once or twice a year, right? And so yesterday I pull up to his house. Normally, it's a few cars outside, no life, pretty much garage door down, nobody's around, right? So I pull up yesterday, it's different. Garage door up, there's a car inside, truck in the driveway, two cars on the street. And my customer has three dogs outside. A pit bull, a brown pit bull, and he's normally in the backyard, so he'll bark at me from the backyard through the fence, right? Next to the front door. It was like a Shih Tzu and maybe like a Maltese or something. Like the Shih Tzu and the Maltese, I pull up, they start to bark. I get it. But I was surprised that they were just like hanging out in the front yard with no person in the front yard. Nobody's outside. And so I'm like, okay, cool. I had a medium sized box. And so made a decision. I said, okay, well, let me take a couple steps out of the truck. They're hanging, all three dogs hanging out in the driveway. The pit bull, he's laying down looking at me. So I get out of the truck. I take a couple steps out of the truck. And the pit bull, he slowly gets up. He starts to bark. And the two smaller dogs, they also start to bark. So I get back in my truck because, we don't play that game. Now, if I had two people with me, we're gonna get out and we're gonna handle business. But it's 3 against 1, so I'm not going against three dogs. I'm not doing that. So we made executive decision. Shouts out to Carter. I see you. We made executive decision to get back into the package car, and I just waited a couple minutes. I wanted to see something. So eventually, the pit bull, he walked back over to the front door. He lays down because he's pretty solid. So he probably was tired, probably was out of breath. So he lays down next to the front door, and the two small dogs, they went into the garage. So I said, okay, well, let me just go and place the box next to the truck in the driveway. I'll just, be swift with it, right? So I get out. As soon as I get out, I get halfway to the truck. I put the box down in the driveway, and here they come. Barking, not really running fast, but I make my swift move. Boom, drop the box, and we off back in the truck. I did not run because I'm not running from the dogs. I get back to the truck without any incident. Now, as I'm getting back in the truck, the next door neighbor, he pulls into his driveway. Still, there's no life at the house that I'm delivering to. I guess they may be taking a nap. I don't know. So next door neighbor pulls up. He gets out of his car. He checks his mail. And so the pit bull starts to walk towards him. He's in his own driveway. The pit bull walks towards him and starts to bark at him. So neighbor pulls out a pocket knife and he holds it pretty tight like this. He was ready for him. Now, I don't believe in animal brutality or any kind of animal violence or anything like that. However, the guy was like, "Look, I'm not running. I'm not running into my house. I have my pocket knife ready, and it's gonna be you, not me." So the pit bull made a business decision. They decided not to engage with the neighbor, and so he went off. And so I just stood there, and so I still didn't see the customer. So I drive off, went to make my next stop. So I made two stops down the street. I know it's kind of a long story. I apologize, guys. So I make my way down the street. I turn around, make two stops. I turn around and come back. So I see, not gonna say his name, but I see my customer out in the front yard. He's picking up his box. So I made the block, turned around. I pull up in front of his house. I say, "Sir," I called his name because I know his name. I was like, "Next time, if I have a delivery for you, which I have several deliveries per week. If I come here and these dogs are outside loose, you're not getting your packages. I'm sorry. I'm letting you know right now. I'm not sure why they out loose, but I'm not taking a chance. I don't want to hear anything about they don't bite, which I didn't say that. I'm just thinking that, but I let him know respectfully. And so he's like, "Oh yeah, I understand this and that. I was doing something. Okay, cool. I'm just letting you know. I'm not gonna drop it in the street. I'm not gonna drop it on the sidewalk. You just won't get it." So you gotta lay the line down with these people, man. Cause I don't know what he's thinking about. I don't know, but look, we not playing any games. And it's crazy because I had a 3-on-1, and just earlier yesterday, you know what? I'm gonna show y'all that picture. All right, I gotta upload it. But just earlier in the day yesterday, I had a sweet picture that I took with this little bitty labradoodle, a pretty little 9-week old labradoodle, and then a few hours later, I'm getting attacked 3-on-1. So I let him know because I don't want to hear anything about, "Oh, we sorry. I should." It's not gonna be after the fact, talking about what happened and we sorry that you lost your leg and all of that stuff. We're not playing those games. So I had to let him know. But you gotta let these customers know, man, because they'll just do whatever, and we gotta take care of ourselves out there, all right? Because people don't care about us. They really don't. So I know it's kind of a long story, but y'all be safe out there. And even if you're not delivering, look, man, these people will tell you, and y'all know this. "Oh, they don't bite. Nah, he don't bite." Okay, he don't bite, but yo, he got foam, coming down his mouth. He's showing his teeth, and you telling me he's not gonna bite me? Man, come on, man. They quick to tell you that. Y'all know this. They quick to tell you that. Look, I have two dogs. I have a large one. Well, he's medium large. He's pretty large. And I have a small one. And I'm gonna tell you, shoot, they both bite. They don't bite me, but they they will bite you. And I'm not taking that chance. I'm not trying to get sued. And I don't understand why other people would take the chance of getting sued. Um, man, look, man, your dogs don't love me. And I understand. It's all good. And we'll keep it like that. All right. Man, who we got? Man, what's going on? Man, Nick, you on one tonight, big dog. Let's see what we got. Yeah, Mr. Carter, what's happening? What's happening? I'll say, okay, so Cass say you getting what? You get the chunkler? What? What happened? Yeah, little dogs be yapping. They'll set you up too. I know y'all seen that video I got on the channel where the little dog set me up. It's like, yo, oh, customer's always right. Yeah. You know what? The customer would tell you, "Hey, yo, my dog don't bite." Then later on that day, they'll bite them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, like, yo, he hasn't bit you yet, but he might bite you later on. Give him the boot. Look, I was ready for that pit bull. He had a harness on and everything. Like it looked like he'd been in trouble before. But yeah, I was ready for him. Because I need all my legs, I need all my veins in my yeah, I need all my blood. Like I need everything. I'm not trying to get my leg chopped off or a kneecap missing or bit off, anything like that. Look, you won't get your packages. I'm sorry. Not sorry, but you won't get your packages. All right. So I came across this video. This video was shared with me, and we'll share it with you guys here in a little bit. But just something else that I came across. It's a little funny. I'm gonna share with you guys. Okay, what Nick said. Nick said, speaking of dogs. Wait, what Nick said? What Nick talking about? Speaking of dogs, he had an Apple package. Signature required, of course. His crazy ass boxer always wants to jump through the window and take a chunk of meat out of my leg. Yeah, I got a boxer like that too. I think it's like a boxer Great Dane mix, but he beats on that window so hard, and I swear one day he's gonna break it. But he's so big he can't even fit through the window. So if he did break it, he couldn't even get out. So it's kind of. So this old lady answers the door, and of course she's like, "Don't worry about him. He's all talk." And the dog is probably bigger than her, right? The dog is probably bigger than her. So if the dog was determined to get a leg or two off of you, she has no control of the outcome at all. No control. Ricky Rose, what's up, Ricky? He said he loved dogs, but they overreact so bad. Anytime you walk up to the door, yeah, like they're trying to protect. And like my big dog, he's not a big barker. Like he's a lover boy, straight up. But Amazon comes to the door. We don't even know. Like he just go to the door and he'll growl a little bit. He might bark maybe once or twice. He don't beat down the door because we don't play that here. But he will let us know that a stranger's at the door. But those people that got the dogs beating on the window, breaking the glass and everything, they have no control of their dogs, and they probably don't have control of their kids either. And they probably don't have control either. So, I'm not gonna. No, you knocking down the curtains. You got the blinds all jacked up. Y'all see those houses? The blinds all jacked up in the front. It's like dog just been gnawing on the blinds. Like, come on, yo, man. Blinds are expensive. I don't know about y'all. I'm not about to just be replacing these blinds because you wanna act up. Oh nah. Yeah, the boxes are wild. All right, so let's check this out. Let me see if y'all seen this stupid video.
UPS, I quit. I'm done. They don't lost me. These motherfuckers gonna expect me.
All right, so I don't know if y'all seen this video, but this guy said he quit. He quit UPS, and I don't know. He got a package, so I assume that he's walking out with a package. So he quit at the same time, and at the same time he's walking out with a package, and it says first day working at UPS warehouse. So let's rewind that. I just thought it was funny. I just thought I'd share this with you guys. I thought this was funny.
First day working at UPS, I quit. I'm done. They don't lost me. These motherfuckers gonna expect me to lift 430 pounds worth of boxes.
All right, so he's probably lying because he said that they had him lift 438 pounds of boxes. Who talks like that? So anybody who works, who talks like, okay, let's keep going.
Every 10 minutes. Hell no.
All right, so how did he figure like, okay, 436 pounds of boxes every 10 minutes? How did he quantify that and make sure, hey, in 10 minutes or the last 10 minutes, I lifted 436 pounds of boxes? Okay, so as this video goes on, you realize that it's kind of a joke and it's kind of funny, but at the same time, like I still watch it and it still makes me laugh. Let's keep going.
Hell no, I jumped in my car. I took my brown shirt off and everything. I told you.
All right, so he said he took his brown shirt off. So you mean to tell me you have on a brown shirt? I don't know if it's a a driver uniform shirt or it's just a regular brown Fruit of the Loom tee, but you work in a warehouse, you ain't got no brown shirt on. Most 98% of people who working in a warehouse do not have a brown shirt on at all. Okay, let's keep going.
You can have this motherfucker. I don't know who package this is, but I'm
So he quitting and he taking the people packages. He said he don't know who the package is or who it's for. Okay, so you quit, you walked off the job, and then you still in the package. So they got you on camera and you quitting. Oh, let's keep going.
taking this motherfucker with me.
So he's still in the package. So he's admitting that he's still in the package and he recording himself and he letting everybody know I'm quitting and I'm taking the package with me because guess what? That's just what I do. Okay, let's keep going. He not even sweating. Yo, where your sweat at? You know, look, most of us sweat. Where your sweat at? Okay.
Man, they gonna lock that damn man. Go offer me $14.12 to lift all that shit. Look at all this.
So they offered him $14.12, right? It's like you walked into work and then you find out what you was gonna make. You know what I'm saying? Versus getting arranged ahead of time. So I guess when he showed up to his first day working, he found out he was gonna get paid $14.12 for 1 hour. Okay, let's keep going.
This shit, man. Look at that. Warehouse full of boxes. Ain't number 3 of us in there. Hell.
So I know last week we talked about no security, and this looks like a metro building, which is a larger building, and most of those larger facilities have security, and you can't just drive up your personal car up to the bay door. So most likely he's not telling the truth, but it's still funny. And okay, let's keep going.
Hell no. It's no damn slave ship. Them days over with. Man, damn, man. At this point, I go work at a damn crack house. At this point, I'll take my chances. Man, I can't believe this, bro. You want to say I jump in that damn truck and haul ass. I'm pissed off, bro. I am pissed off, bro.
Well, one thing I must say, and I don't think he was really telling the truth, but one thing I would say, I see a lot of people pissed off for no reason at work. Like, yo, you just got here. Like, what were you mad you about to run out of gas? Like why you already mad? And then drivers will stop at the computer. If you're a driver, you understand what computer I'm talking about. You stop at the computer and look at the stop count and see what you got. And knowing damn well you're gonna get mad. So I just say just keep walking because it's not worth getting pissed off that early in the day. I'm just saying, let's keep
going straight through that motherfucker right now.
Okay, so now he wanna
UPS,
all right, so now he wanna drive. Now he wanna drive into the package car. Man, look, they didn't do you anything. The fact that you don't like the job is probably too hard for you, and well, you're not even sweating, so it don't look like it's that hard for you. And then you still in packages already on your first day. That's not a good start. So now you want to blame everybody else, and now you want to run into the package car. Man, that was funny though. But it's probably not that far off, minus the little things like you're not able to really drive up to the warehouse like that. And, you're not able to just, take packages out like that. But, besides like the little things that's kind of funny, but it's really people that get upset and be wanting to crash out. I'm not going to say on their first day, but like just any day, and I don't understand why people let that job or any other job just get to them to where like they're trying to crash out or they got a letter, y'all fill in the blank, know what's going down. All right. But you see it all the time and I see it all the time. So I just shake my head. All right. Before we move on to the next portion of the show, Let's see what's going on. Hey man, thanks for the engagement, guys. Y'all talking it up. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. Oh man. And Nick Martin said he got a knife. All right, so Nick, I got a question. And I was gonna ask the neighbor this, the guy that pulled out the knife. I got a question. So you approached by a dog, a dog that's looking to do harm, right? And we're not advocating for any kind of animal cruelty. We're not. But to defend yourself, you have your stash with you. Are you able to do it? Are you able to protect yourself to where you can stop the force? Let me know. Because once that happens, and if it's, worst possible case, and you absolutely have to do something, once you do it, it's going to be a long day. You can't just leave. You got to sit there. You might even have to do CPR on the animal, right? Depending on how bad, you do whatever you do. And so you got to call a supervisor. You got to try to contact the homeowner. You got to do all of this stuff. You got to sit there. Your hands are dirty. You still got pickups to make. I mean, like, what does that look like? Are you going to be able to do it? That's all I'm asking. Because, if you don't have a choice, you don't have a choice. I get it. But, that's a tough call to make. And I'm not sure if I can make it. I'm not sure if I can do it. Oh yeah, okay. So you did mention about the one that bit your son 3 times. Whew, man. Man, maybe you should have sued, man. Maybe you should have sued. Because the 2 bad cases we had in my center over the past few years, neither one of them sued. And I think they should have. If they didn't, I mean, nice people, really nice people. They didn't want to have to go through all of the red tape and all of the extra stuff. They did not sue, but they should have. Absolutely, they should have. If I was in their situation, I would have. But, that's just me. Okay, so Batman say he gonna let the dogs attack him. All right, Batman, I got a question for you. If it's 3-on-1 like it was with me yesterday, you gonna just let them attack you 3-on-1? When you can't call for backup, there's nobody outside. I mean, I'm not even sure if the neighbor would help me. I mean, he was there, but like he was just getting home. He probably was tired. And so, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you let him attack you, you might not make it out to sue. Yeah, so Nick says sorry what happens to us if we get attacked by a dog and we pull out. Yeah, like I haven't heard of a driver getting in trouble for that, for defending themselves. So I think it's fine. But all I'm asking is that, of course you can't just get in your truck and leave. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be a mess for a little bit. It's just ugly. People just need to be responsible and keep their animals away and do what's right. Because once you start getting into all of this other stuff, it can get ugly. It can get ugly really quick. Really, really quick. All right. Thanks for all the likes, guys. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Yeah. Let me see what else we got. Let me see what's happening. There's something else I wanted to show y'all too. Let's see. See which one I want to do. All right, so a couple people was talking about like was asking about feeders. I believe I have a feeders video right here. Let me see if I could pull it up. All right, so a few of you guys was asking about feeders and feeders video. Um, like I found this one. This guy gives some pretty good information. Um, and so let's see how it is. All right, let's see what they're talking about.
Can easily be a 12-hour day. So when you have somebody in the sleeper and then another person driving, those guys can earn, I don't know, 180 and above. If I could go back and do it over, it would be an aircraft mechanic job. The money is great. Like, well, I know they would earn over 200.
Yeah, what do you do exactly?
Just drive pretty much, hook and drop, pick up a trailer from Ontario, take it here, Kettleman.
All right, so pretty much he's explaining the guy asking him, "Hey, you're a feeder driver. You know, how much money do you make?" And he pretty much explained to the guy, "Hey, this is what I do." It seems like he's wearing a weighted vest, which he's probably just doing some exercises because as you guys know, truck drivers, you do a lot of sitting, you do a lot of waiting around, and the feeder's job is no different. And so he has a weighted vest on, so it looks like he's moving around doing some exercises, which is smart because you have to get moving. You have to move because you do a lot of sitting. Like I drove trucks for a long time before, and I got bored just sitting down. So you have to do something to get your body moving, get your blood flowing, and stuff like that when you're in between drives. All right, let's keep going.
Very easy job. Took many years to get in though. So that's the difference. Whereas a lot of other trucking companies, you could get in with probably just a Class A pretty easily. It's a great job for not having to have a career. So with me on my downtime, just try to get a little exercise in and stay moving. So it took me 17 years to actually get in. And during COVID, there was a demand. They were letting people in off the street that maybe had driving experience. They didn't have to work their way up the ranks. So you typically have to go by seniority. So at the time, it took me 17 years of seniority to get in. Other than that, I think it's a great job. I did about 8 years or so in the warehouse, and then a few years driving actually. So combined between the warehouse and then a few years of driving like the small trucks. As far as truck driving, I think it's good, but the thing is that it's a very long wait. So I personally think that for somebody trying to earn a good living, I would.
Yeah. So one thing about feeders here, the guys, and I don't know if anybody here is actually in feeders or will watch this videos in feeders. There is times where you're gonna have to wait. Either a load's not ready, or you just gotta wait in line, or something happened to where you just have to wait. And I know drivers. I've spoken to drivers to where they're waiting for several hours. Right? You just kind of playing the waiting game, and it happens. It happens a lot, and so it's just kind of one of the things you deal with. Whatever job you deal with stuff. A lot of times in feeders, you have to wait a lot. So let's keep going.
If I could go back and do it over, it would be potentially nursing or an aircraft mechanic job. And the reason why I say that is if you don't like working with people, probably not nursing. But the aircraft mechanic job, even if people that don't really work with their hands, they could still, anyone can pretty much do it if with the proper training. And the money is great. Like,
all right, so he mentioned aircraft mechanic a few times, probably 2 or 3 times. So it seems like that's a job he would have used as an alternative, to working for UPS, which I think is a pretty solid career as well. And of course, he mentioned nursing. Nursing is going to always be in demand, but it seems like that aircraft mechanic job he probably knows somebody that's in that field, or he thought about that field before driving trucks. All right, so let's keep going. I'm just making an observation. Let's keep going.
Like, I know they would earn over 200. The pay progression is 5 years, but I know that the last time I checked, which was a couple of years ago, they're making over 65 an hour. So if they're making overtime and they're doing well over 90 an hour, they're making a really good living. So, but the thing is we don't know how the demand is going to be with this job, and the thing is, it's a less skilled job. So you're going to have more people getting into the trucking field. Whereas if you go to school to become an aircraft mechanic, which is maybe, it could be any other career, but that's probably the path that I would choose for the least education, like that I've thought of recently. As far as trucking, I just don't think you could beat this. So if you're willing to wait many, many years to get in for your seniority to give you the opportunity, then it might be a good way to go. Yeah, it's pretty much a waiting game if you're willing to wait, but I believe there's other opportunities out there for jobs that are a bit more skilled and could actually potentially be in more demand, and you can actually earn more. Whereas trucking, they can replace you very easily.
Is this like a 60-hour a week job?
This job, for the most part, well, since I'm on a dedicated run, I have to go such far distance, it's like about 400 miles round trip. And along with waiting for the other trailer to get here, because I end up meeting up with the driver, it can easily be a 12-hour day. So, 60, at least 55 to 60 hours a week. But there's other options. If I decided that I wanted to work local, I could actually have an opportunity to do, probably go home after occasionally, like maybe 8 to 10 hours. Occasionally those days, light days come up. So it is a very demanding job as far as the number of hours. I guess what I'm doing, is regional. I don't go out of state for me.
Okay.
Yeah, so this guy, he seems like a good driver. But just watching this video, honestly, in my opinion, he may not stick with his job for till retirement, but then again, he might. But it seemed like this job might make him bored over time. It seems like he's bored with this job, and that's just my observation. But of course, he's in a job, he's doing it, so he's very knowledgeable about it. But it just seems like he's getting bored, or he will get bored eventually. Maybe, right? That's just what I see. Let's keep going.
I'm home every day. Our guys people that actually want to go sleeper, that actually go out of state, they can actually earn more. So
When it's like two people in the truck, right?
So yeah, when you have somebody in the sleeper and then another person driving, you're going. It's always out of state. Our sleeper, those guys can earn even more money. So maybe the potential is 180 and above. That obviously you're working a lot. You're probably even coming in on extra days of work.
And that also takes a long time to get in that position.
So you would
right?
just it's the same weight essentially. Yeah. It's just as long as there's an opening. It's all based in seniority. I'm not saying it's necessarily a longer wait. Could be about the same.
Okay.
So, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
All right, yeah. So the sleeper teams is obviously, like you said, it's about the same weight. Like once you're in there, you would have to get somebody who has a sleeper route, who's gonna ask you, to ride with them. And basically, if they have a route and let's say they have a dedicated sleeper route that they're running, to say Florida maybe twice a week, or maybe New York twice a week, or Cali twice a week, stuff like that. If it's their route, they need a partner driver. So they would have to request somebody or get somebody. So, if you have a friend that's already established and they have a sleeper route, then, they could pull you over there and you can make good money, but, you're going to have to be, you'll have to be away. And so that's kind of one of the qualifications for the sleeper team, because they drive long distances and that's why you need two drivers. But you can make really good money. He said the sleepers, 180, 180 and up. So if that's what you want, that might be the thing for you. But if you haven't drove trucks at all, going into feeders, I would recommend driving local, of course, as long as you can. And then because, the sleeper stuff, everybody can't do it. But then again, everybody don't want to do it. but that's like a small percentage of people. Like it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. The long distance driving is really different, especially if you're a new driver, just starting to drive big trucks. Like driving long distance is very challenging. It's very challenging. So hopefully that sheds some insight on the whole feeder situation. And I think I have one more video. Let's see what's going on in the chat. I saw the light say feeders is your goal. Yeah, man. You can make some money. You can make some money. And once you get in there, yeah, you can definitely make some money. And I mean, a lot of people like it. I mean, I talk to people all the time who went from package to feeders, and they love it. And then I know drivers that, you know, they went to feeders and like they don't mind coming back to package. And I know drivers that's in package wish they were in feeders, and you know, so you know, take the steps to get there. You can always use your CDL, and you know, if we would happen to be into like an economic crash or any kind of recession or anything like that, um, you know, the trucking industry normally is still decent at least, you know, so you can always find a job, but it's very valuable to have, you know, your commercial license, right? Hayden Spencer say just got off another 12-hour day. Man, you about to hit him for the 9-5 grievance. I guess congrats, salute. Get paid, bro. I tell everybody, just get paid. You know, no matter how you do it, just get paid. Should I get my CDL on my own? The cost doesn't matter. Yeah, you get your CDL on your own. Um, like you can always hire a company, you know, so you can learn through them, and then you use their truck, and then when you go for your test, your driving test, you just use their vehicle. I'm not really sure how much those classes and courses cost. In fact, I thought about years ago. I thought about starting a company and do CDL training, but I didn't have the capacity. And then because I always had a full-time job. It's just that, you know, like I wouldn't have the time to do it. And then I thought about starting it on a part-time basis, but then again, I started a business. So yeah, that would have been two businesses that needed a lot of my time. So I just didn't have the capacity to do so. So didn't do it, but I thought about it. I thought about it. But yeah, I would suggest you get it on your own. I mean, like it's cool. Like get it on your own. You will still have to get experience somewhere. But if you go to feeders from package car, you know, they don't care about the experience that you don't have, because a lot of people get it. A lot of people get their CDL when they go to feeders. So and then they'll show you how to, if they need to help you train and stuff like that, they'll help you. But yeah, um, if you actually get it on your own, yeah, I don't think that's a bad thing. Yeah, I say go for it. Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, I saw the light say I like being alone in a truck. Hey, look, if you like being alone, that's probably right up your alley. And you like to drive, you like to see new places and stuff like that, you like to travel, that might be right up your alley. Jude Lucero say, "What's up, man? How was everyone's day?" I'm sure they'll tell you. Mine was good. You know, yesterday I almost got mauled by 3 dogs, but mine was good today. Mine was good. 150 stops. We knocked it out. No issues. Beautiful weather. Man, beautiful weather. And you know, we got it popping. We got it popping. I did see a let's see. I did see a it's another video that I pulled up. This was sent to me. Let's see if we can pull it up. Mm, 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 mm. Bear with me. Bear with me. All right. So this guy, he's a truck driver at Walmart. He drives for Walmart. So just giving you guys a different angle. This video was sent to me. I was unaware of the conditions of Walmart truck drivers, but this was sent to me and I appreciate it. And I just thought I'd share it with you guys. Let's see what he's talking about.
Let me tell you something. You looking for a good job that's gonna take care of you? Man, you need to apply to Walmart. Be real with you. Real talk. They ain't playing. Look, man, I'm at a Walmart store. I'm 15 minutes away from my house. That's how long it takes me to get to work. It changes everything. This changes everything. If you're looking for somebody, a company that's gonna take care of you, no bull, they hiring drivers left and right. Left and right. Come on over, apply online, driveforwalmart.com. And if you want more questions, hey, shoot me a message. I'll let you know everything.
Okay, so you may even be able to, and I'm not sure about this, I can do more research, but you may even be able to drive with minimal experience as a truck driver for Walmart. And so this is a channel where we explore as much as we can explore. And so I'm just trying to show you guys there's more options, because the reason why I brought this video up, because I was reading the comments once I looked at this video, and you know, someone made the comment of Walmart being the Harvard of trucking companies. So I said, okay, the Harvard of trucking companies. Now, over the years, I know our feeder department at UPS have a pretty lavish situation, you know, and that might be the best way I can put it. You know, local drivers, or even, you know, the sleeper team drivers, I mean, they got it good. You know, the pay is well, they get really good benefits. You know, the local drivers, you know, little drop, you know, pick up and drop runs around the city, or maybe like 2 hours away and come on back. I mean, they got it pretty laid. And so when I seen somebody made a comment under this video and said that, oh, Walmart is the Harvard of trucking. Now, I did trucking for 8 years before I came to UPS, and I talked to guys from all kind of trucking, you know, the different segments of trucking, whether it was grocery, you know, or whether it was oil field, reefer, you know, construction, like all the different parts of the trucking industry. Like, I talked to a lot of guys over the years, and I mean, you know, before I came to UPS, and once I got to UPS, I'm like, man, these feeder drivers got it made, like straight up. And so if you get stuck out of town or something like that, I mean, you're a company driver, so like they're gonna take care of you. You run out of hours, they gotta make sure they put you up somewhere. So it's like, so I said, okay, well, let me share this video with the group, and let me do some additional research to see if that comment is accurate. But let's keep going with this video.
Everything. All right, it's for real. This is no joke. They pay. All right. You ain't got to worry about people knocking on your truck at night telling you to move and get another spot. You ain't got to worry about lumpers waking you up in the middle of the night. Nothing like that. It's real. Come on through. Holla.
All right, so, and he also said that he's 15 minutes away from home, so he's pretty close to home. So maybe they keep you local, so sort of like the local, you know, the local drivers in the feeder department. You know, you don't really drive any further than, say, 3 or 4 hours away. That way you can make it back within, you know, the 14-hour period, the 14-hour on-duty period that you have allowed to you. So, you know, we're going to do some more research to see about this Walmart trucking and see if they legit, and see if they're the Harvard of trucking. I'm not saying they're not, but I think it'll be hard to beat the feeder drivers at UPS. Like, I'm just saying. But I might be wrong. We'll see. I also believe I had, let me see. I think I had, let's see what's going on. I think I had something else as well. Ricky Rose asks, what type of route do you have? A business route or a resi route? I have, Ricky, it's about 35, maybe 35 business stops per day. And then I get about between 80 and 120 resis per day. And I only have a few pickups, maybe like 3 or 4 pickups, really. So it's mostly resi. But, I got some retail and I have some like industrial stuff. So between 30 and 40 business stops, not bad. Not bad at all. But lately, well, this week in particular, my business has been a little light on the light side. And so I've been having more resis. But we've been, getting through it pretty good. But yep. I really, really like my route. I don't see myself leaving off of it because it's a good balance. I don't have to break off to make pickups. I really got to break off maybe to do 1 or 2 pickups. But everything else is I pick up when I deliver. It's easy. It's not a whole bunch of traffic. It's a certain part of my route where my retail is. I just knock it out first or knock it out early. So that way I'm not going on the other side of that freeway at 3:00. I knock it out early, avoid the traffic, and I'm done. Then I just focus on my raises after that. And that's pretty much it. I ran this route in 2017, pretty much the whole year. And then I was actually able to bid on it in 22. So I've been back on it since 22. So I'm not going anywhere. It's a sweet route. Customers are great. Resis are cool. 1 apartment complex. I'm good. I'm real good. Yep. Yeah, so I'm not sure. So I sort of I would have to do some research to see if the company drivers at Walmart are paying them per hour or per mile. Since he's a local driver, he might be getting paid by the hour. I would guess. Now, if he's over the road, if he's an OTR, or even if he's a regional, he might be paid per mile. But if he's that close to home, he's probably getting paid by the hour because he wouldn't make any money, that close. But yeah, I'll do some research, man. Look, let me know what y'all want to see because we could break this all the way down. But it kind of triggers something in my mind when the person in the comments said that Walmart is the Harvard of trucking. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. So I got to see if it's, because you got to dig deep into the benefits. You got to dig deep into, like what they getting paid and all this stuff. And, it might be easier to get on. I get it. It might be easier to get hired as a driver, and they may or may not require you to have a whole bunch of experience. So it might be easy to get on, but do the benefits stack up? I don't know if they offer pensions. I'm not sure about none of that stuff, but we'll see what's happening. We'll see what's happening. Do something right quick. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank y'all for the likes. Yeah, y'all want a series on that? We could do a series on that. Like, I don't mind. I mean, we could even dedicate a certain day of the week, to go over that stuff because, I mean, why not? Why not? Let's see. Did also have let's see. I pulled up these jobs on here. See if we get some stuff around here. Okay. So I just pulled these up tonight and on UPS jobs, and they have, looks like it's one. Man, what? Wait, what happened? Hey, don't tell me. Y'all, y'all see this? All right, so I pulled this up right before we started, right before we went live, right? And they had one a package car a driver job in Wisconsin. And I was gonna pull it up and it's gone. Like just like that, within the last hour, it's gone. I just had pulled it up. Then it said 0. So like it's gone just like that. Just like that, it's gone. Okay, well, you know what? Let's look at inside, see what inside stuff they got. Man, that's crazy. All right, so it's only 14. I can't remember what the number was last time. I think it was more than 14. Like it's only 14. Okay, so that's 9. I don't see any in Texas. See Oklahoma. See Colorado, Denver area. Louisville, Kentucky. Syracuse, New York. North Dakota, Oregon, Kansas. Yo, so just like that, and they got Hawaii. So just like that, that position's gone. It was in Wisconsin. I forgot what city it was, but it was in Wisconsin. Just like that, it's gone within an hour. So like I said on a previous live stream, maybe the one before, that, once they get enough applicants, if they post something up and let's say like, hey, we're going to take 10 people, and then once 10 people apply, then they take it down. And just like that, it's down. You don't see it anymore. Wow. But to go back, one tractor trailer job. Where is that at? Louisville, Kentucky. They need a sleeper driver. All right, so like I said, we can deep dive into that, because right now I'm curious about that Walmart driving job position. We'll see if it's good. See how the benefits stack up and see how everything, like, if you're talking about home time, there's a lot of factors involved. Do you have to fuel up your own truck? Like, what does that look like? And if they're gonna give you a truck with a sleeper, I mean, that's cool and everything. But if you're only doing local, you really don't need that truck. But they probably only have truck with sleepers on them. That's probably the case at Walmart. But we'll check it out and see if that comment is legit about them being the Harvard of trucking. We'll check it out because it'll be hard to beat the feeders at UPS. Now, with my trucking experience, I was driving for the oil field, and the rates were ridiculous. Like, we charged per mile, and the rates were insane because we will bill directly to the oil companies, and so they will pay anything because it was equipment that pretty much was holding up an operation from operating, right? And so it was always like emergency times where, hey, we need this stuff right now. So we gonna pay anything. So as far as the per mile, man, we was charging crazy. We was charging $8-9 a mile sometimes. And they were paying it. Yeah, that stuff was in high demand. And yeah, they were paying it. At that time, I didn't think that, no truck drivers was charging that kind of rate at that time. And then you have company drivers that were getting people, fresh out of CDL school and paying them like, 20 cents a mile. And I'm over here getting like $8.50 a mile. It was crazy. It's crazy. But anyways, we'll deep dive into it, y'all. We'll deep dive into it. And everybody, hit that like button and share the stream. And so what we can do is, like I said, we can dedicate one day out of the week to go over this stuff. And the other days, we just do whatever we want to do. So I'm cool with that. All right. So, hey, thank you, everybody, for joining the stream. We'll appreciate it. And if you got here late, just go ahead and restream it. All right. And what's today? Thursday? Yeah. Tomorrow's looking pretty good. So more than likely, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great Friday, and we'll see you very soon. All right, Bricked Out Media. Y'all have a good night. We out of here.